Welcome to 139. Unfortunately, another vlog 138 was not the vlog we wanted it to be. We had a whole bunch of fun stuff and some informative stuff in that vlog, and some things we were explaining what we wanted to do in our basement space here. And we were telling you all the different projects that we thought were going to be the next things on the list to do. But I think if you watched 138, you know that all that footage got deleted. So I think that we are not going to continue with the basement for now. Instead, we'll do a bit of a reset and do something else. Clint is here today, and he's thinking about making something. Hey, Pen. He's thinking about making something for the shop. Hey, Henry, how you doing, bud? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, and hey, Duke, how are you doing? Just took him for a walk, so their paws are all messy. Anyways, Clint was thinking, hey, we should transform my space a little bit. And I was like, yeah, that's a cool idea. Let's do that. So, we are going to leave the basement for now and do a little project in the shop. And he's already been moving some stuff out of the way. So, what are you looking for?
Oh, not that. Put the old shovel in the art trunk.
Oh, I see. Okay. Putting some stuff in the art trunk. Got the art trunk repaired. That was another thing that was in 138.
Yeah, I see that. That's awesome.
Yeah, right? So what do you want to do here? What are you thinking?
So I picked up some melamine to make a big 4x8 plywood
Work table?
work table. Yeah, so like when I moved into the shop with Josh, kind of had ideas of having sort of separate workspaces, and that's not how the shop has evolved, right? It's just more communal, which we sort of did want to do in the first place.
Yeah.
But we didn't know how that was going to work out. So all we have for communal table is table saw.
Is that this big?
Which really is not super functional, because anytime you want to move the table saw, we can move everything off of it.
Yeah, anytime you want to use this, if you're working on a project on the table, you got to move it. So
we could actually, not even a bad idea, even if we moved some stuff over one way or the other and put another communal table somewhere. I mean, I don't know. We could certainly.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Let's start over there.
We'll start with that area, and I'm getting a little more inspired to want to build some guitars again. So I packaged up a guitar that I've had sitting in my house for 2 years. I packaged it up yesterday, and it's being sent off to South Carolina, one of the two, tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, if you sold one, you may as well replace it with another one.
Yes.
So, perfect excuse to make a new workspace in the shop.
Right.
Okay, let's do it. are. The new workstation over in what we're calling Clints area, and we will continue to call Clints area, but it's a communal space as well. But I'm liking the way that it's turned out. What do you think, Clints? Good?
I'm liking it. A bit more room to work.
Yeah, I dig it.
I feel like building guitars in it.
That's good, because you got this one to finish.
Yeah.
What is this? Is maple?
Maple.
And what is this?
Ash.
Ash. Okay.
With alder back.
With an alder back.
No, it's all ash, this one.
Ash and alder are very similar to me anyway.
Oh, I know what it is. It's got ash sandwiched. It's got alder center.
Oh, yeah.
Ash top and back. It's been
Okay.
a while since I started this one. I can't remember.
But is this going to be the next one you work on or what?
Yeah, I need to get this one done, and then I am done with base building commitments. And
This
then
is your
I can-
last commission right now?
Last commission, and then I'm going to build what I want to build,
Okay.
which are going to lean a little more towards jazz guitars.
Jazz, the worst music you could ever like.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a decent area to work in here now. We can walk all the way around, and we got our wood storage nicely cleaned up a bit. We hung some stuff up. We piled some stuff into the cubbies. We have room for a drill press over here now. This fret jig thing, and still got a nice tool wall and everything.
Yeah.
And the only thing now is to deal with all the stuff that we moved.
Yeah. That's the thing when you clean the shop. Cleaning the shop means you move all the junk from one side of the shop to the other.
And then figure out where it goes from there.
Or, yeah.
Eventually, we will find a spot for everything here. This is the kind of just random goods. Nothing exceptionally special about this, especially this hideous oak plywood. Melamine. This is fir plywood. There's plywood in here. There's this is baseboard. This is reclaimed, so that's pretty nice. We got some solid oak here, which would be more desirable than the plywood, but still it's oak. Some MDF, some birch plywood. These are like mostly like leftovers that are too good to throw away, but don't really know what to do with them. Got some more MDF here, some more reclaimed stuff here, and then we separated some of the better big stock that we have and put it in here for now. We got some maple. It's all maple except for whatever this headboard is. Not sure what kind of wood this is. Not sure if it's stained or if that's the natural color or whatnot, but got all that in here. Oh, did I knock something off the wall? Oh, tape measure. Well, don't lose that.
Tape measures hard to come by in this shop.
Yeah, they are.
We have a lot of them, but we never know where it's
Yeah, where are they? We bought, probably when you first moved in, we had like...
I had like 3 of them there, and you had one in each station, and now they're all gone. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like where the heck are they? Anyway, I was thinking, since I always have an overflow of new stock coming in, or reclaimed stock. Oh, check this one out. It's getting delaminated and it's cracked. Didn't like the temperature change wherever it was stored. This used to be a big conference table that was cut into more manageable pieces and then given to me. But anyway, I always get a bunch of new reclaimed stuff. Oh, except for this. This is actually a piece that I bought. I just thought it was cool looking, so I had to get it. Even though I used the other end first before this. But this could also work for what I have in mind. I'm always asked, hey, do you make cutting boards or charcuterie boards or chopping boards? Basically food prep boards, whatever you want to call them. The answer is yes. That one's a piece of bird's eye maple that I reclaimed from, it used to be a tabletop. The answer is yes, but not too often. However, that could change. Making cutting boards is a great way to get rid of scraps and whatnot. And I'm thinking, since I have a lot of wood stored around the shop that I'd like to get rid of without wasting it, and Christmas is right around the corner, and cutting boards make great Christmas gifts, and I have no idea what else I would do with this, and I'm likely to get more in the future because I'm always on the lookout for good reclaimed material, why not use it up? Let's make some cutting boards. It's the perfect wood for it. This is a maple.
One last ticket before it's gone. One last summer before it's fall. Tune your strings and play your cards. Little words hit me like a game of darts. And you're beating on my drum. And you're beating on my door. Running faster than my dreams. And I can't stop to breathe. Lie before the truth. One last fight before I lose. I ask myself, where should I go? Did I do enough to feed my soul? And you're beating on my drum. And you're beating on my door. Running faster than my dreams. And I can't stop to breathe.
Nice. So, the good thing about having a melamine tabletop as opposed to an OSB tabletop like the one over there is that when you have glue up and you have squeeze out, it's easy to clean it up on a melamine tabletop because it just splinters off. Can't do that on OSB. We might do this to every workbench in here because it's just way easier to clean up and it lasts longer. Okay, so I made 3 of the same style chopping board here. This one here, which I've shown the most of so far, turned out the best. There is some snipe from the jointer here, which is annoying but normal, so that's okay. We can cut that off and there'll still be plenty to work with. These ones here, I noticed that there's a little void here, which is an accident. I didn't make these quite true enough, and then this one is the worst one, and it's got some in there. But all of that can be remedied in the next few steps.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, yeah. Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. tag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag.
All right, done. Looking good. Well, done these three. I have some ideas for some other styles as well. But I have some errands to do. It's Monday. Monday is errand day. So I'll let those dry, cure, whatever. Gonna get changed because I'm full of dust. Pick up Jakota and continue on. So, you know how I was saying earlier that, oh, you're so muddy. We had snow yesterday and it all melted, so now we got a bunch of mud here. This dirt all here is the dirt that came up when we did the fence post. We just put it here because there was a low spot, because one of the previous owners did a flower bed here, and I don't really understand what they did exactly, but it was just a hole. But anyway, no, dude, you gotta stay out here, my man. You're way too muddy. And we're looking after Duke right now as well. What's up, bud? Okay, you stay out here. Earlier, oh hey, Pen, how you doing? You wanna go outside? Or you wanna stay in? What do you think? What do you think? Oh yeah. Where's Archie at? Anyway, as I was trying to say, 138 was such a bummer whole incident that I decided to commemorate it with a new, well, its own logo, really. Remember in the last vlog when I was telling you, like, my eye got all messed up? Well, this eye is all messed up. It's a, yeah, so I made this hoodie. It's available on the Teespring. There's a link down in the description. I actually made this smiley face and another one for potential use in a project, but they were never used. So I guess the events of 138, though they sucked so much, there was so much packed into that video. It still bugs me, but it has a very thin silver lining in that I'm finally able to use this design, because I actually quite like it, even though it's pretty simple. And it comes in multiple different colors, not just white. White isn't the best for work, so, you know, pick a different color. Also comes as a t-shirt. Did you decide to get it? Thank you very much. If one good thing can come out of 138 footage being completely deleted, I'll be happy. But 138 isn't the only video footage that got deleted. There was actually a painting that I did, that I made a video of, and that got completely deleted as well. So unfortunately, the footage to that doesn't exist, but so a lot of you would have missed that unless you follow my Instagram. But it is available, along with this piece here, which I'm picking up today. This is my latest painting. I never actually filmed this one, so it's not missing. I just never filmed it. So we're picking up this and Jakota's piece right here. This Kurt Cobain piece. You could check out the. This is his second painting, right? Second. Super good. You can check out his non-deleted footage on his channel, which I will link in the description. Also, Look at this piece.
Oh yeah, that's exactly.
That's freaking awesome.
Which piece?
He's like smoking a crayon. The banana wallpaper. I kind of want this. I'll have to try to find this artist on Instagram so you guys can check out more of his work. Oh, this is the same artist. Same name. That's really good, but I really like this piece. I know that people have got to be saying, dude, shut up about 138 already. We get it. You lost all the footage and it sucks. But you don't understand. There was so much good stuff in there. There was sword fighting. Remember we had a sword fight? Every time I think of something that was in there, I'm like, oh yeah, then there was that. And then there was the freaking, the singing. I don't sing, but we had it in that vlog. But that's okay. Silver lining, silver lining. Now we're on our way to, dude, those are school buses? Those are city buses.
I don't think so.
Those are city buses that are being used as school buses. So that's a school right there. And those are all students, huh? Weird.
Maybe they had a field trip.
Or maybe that's just the way they're doing it now. I don't know. Or maybe they did have a field trip. I don't know. Anyways, we're on our way to the post office now as our next step on the Monday list of errands. Then we got to stop off at the gallery to drop off my painting, and then I am going to drop off Jakota for him to do his Monday Madness show. So make sure you check out his show. I'll put a link in the description so you guys don't miss the next one. It's a lot of fun, which he will possibly be giving away a pre-production print of his Kurt painting. So I don't know how it works exactly, but every show he gives away stuff, or tries to. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but you got to play the game to be able to win. And then after the show, I guess I'll get back to doing cutting boards.
Oh, dude. Oh, it's right there. That freaking garage is on fire, bro.
Bro, Jakotas thought that this pot shop just over there was the cause of all this haze, but nope, it's that garage. Crazy. Dang, it smells like burning rubber.
Yeah, it doesn't smell really good at all.
No. Dang.
Damn.
Damn, Daniel.
We're going straight?
Yeah. Beep beep, boys. Thank you. Looking at me like I'm the one in the way. The way he's looking at me. Dang. That sucks for those folks. I wonder what they were doing.
They're probably not even home. There's a fireman.
There's a couple firemen. Don't really want to get in their way, so we'll head out.
Oh, wow, look at that smoke. Oh, it's coming out so much over there.
Oh, they probably broke the wall open over there.
Dude, that stinks.
It does stink.
That's crazy.
So, depending, white smoke will usually or often mean that the fire's been put out. So that's good. There's no black smoke. I do have to say that although 138 sucks, I would much rather have all my vlog footage get accidentally deleted than have my shop burned down. That freaking sucks. I'm not sure what happened, but it seems as though the fire is out. I see water dripping out all over the place. So hopefully these people can rebuild whatever it was that was in there. That Not really. Oh, water's just falling out of there. Oh, there's some more. Well, looks like they got it under control and it didn't spread to the neighbors or anything like that. I guess that would be a worry living in a city like this compared to living in the country like I do. Still sucks, but looks like no one was hurt and all that jazz, so that's good. That's crazy, hey? I guess we may as well continue on with our plans. This was an unexpected detour, but I don't know. It's like one of those things where when you see something like this, you just gotta stop. You just gotta stop and have a look.
Just gotta stop and smell the damage.
Smell the damage. Well, we smelled it from a while back. Like, it smelled like burning rubber. But post office pack mail is just right up here. By the way, I use this post office every time you guys order a painting or a big sculpture. These are the guys who crate it up for you guys and send it out to you. They're the best. Not that that really means much to you if you can't use them, but if you're local to me, use pack mail on the south side. Hey, John. Hey, just some small stuff for you today. I just happened to be in the area, so I thought, why the heck not? Why the heck not? Lloydminster, UK, and US.
You are worldly, aren't you?
I guess so.
Here you go.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys. See ya. All right. Now, it's off to one of the galleries. Hey. What's going on? You want to be in my vlog? Sure. If you were going to say no, I was going to say too bad. Hold that up. What do you think? Nice painting?
Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's Einstein, everybody.
Einstein. Do you have an Einstein here?
Yeah. Actually, I got two.
Oh, look at this Einstein here. This is a good one. Look at this frame, guys. Isn't that sick? This is a 1-of-1 print because it's an odd size. And if you look closely, it's actually hand embellished. So that's sort of exclusive to this one for these prints. So they framed it up real freaking nice. I really dig that. Put that there? Yeah, you could do that. That's not mine, guys, just so you know. My stuff just happens to be close to this artist. This is Stickman. This is my favorite painting by Stickman. One day I will buy one, but not today because I do not have.
Hey, is that the guy that sings Rocket Man?
What? Do you not recognize that guy?
Oh, I know, I'm just bugging you.
Oh, okay. All right, now it's time to roll off on to the next thing, which is go home. It's a good piece. That's also a print that they framed up pretty nice. Did you see that one?
Which one?
The Ray?
Yeah,
It was good, eh?
I was eyeballing it earlier.
I like the way it looks there. All right, ready to do your show? What?
I was eyeballing. Rachel.
Oh, I can't. He was eyeballing the Ray Charles earlier. Rude. Rude. Where are the stairs? They're over there.
Dude, that's hilarious.
That is funny. I didn't even get it at first. I was like, what, you were looking at it? Oh, man. Oh, man.
Good. Hope everybody was doing good.
I'm having trouble with my sound effects again, which completely sucks. It like I'll press the button and then 5 seconds later it happens. So sorry about that. Oh, I got 1994 connection again. Guys, my internet sucks. The sound effects suck. If this is a big blur, don't be surprised. But we're here. Episode 84, guys. Woo! Super stoked. What's up, Kathy? Hello, Matthew. Matthew's in the house. Hope everybody had a great week. I keep saying that. Here's my print. Here's my print. Here's my painting. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask me. This will not be here next Monday. It has already been sold. So, but for those of you that are interested, I do have $25 prints available. So if you are interested, go ahead and message me at orderfromjack@gmail.com. I do have a fun little canvas thing that I would like to give away on this show. I don't know how exactly I'm going to do it. Here we go. And action. I'ma go to the beach. I'ma go to the beach. Oh, look, a pretzel. Don't mind if I do. Wait a second. This has salt. I'm dying from the inside out. Could you imagine if I just died because I choked on my pretzel right there? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for everyone. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That is the salted slug. I don't know. I don't know why you guys like it. I don't know how it's even still a challenge. It's probably because you haven't seen me this baked. Here is the salted slug. I hope that doesn't haunt your dreams. I'm gonna have to go find some more paper. Apparently, I ran out of paper, so I will have to have some more when I get back. I don't know why I'm talking about that. Good night, guys. Thank you for chilling. I will see you guys next Monday.
There's no music. It's frosty this morning. Got a lot of white crunchy grass. Clint is here early this morning. Not sure what he's doing. Let's check in and then we'll see what kind of cutting boards we can make today. Oh, someone dropped off some welding gloves and a whole whack of sandpaper. Holy crap. That's a lot of sandpaper and some nails for art. Clint, is this your sandpaper? No? Well, it is now. Awesome. We'll put it in this nice new big ass space we got. You like these?
Yeah, that was really nice, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, they look great.
Turned up pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the fact that they're thicker ones like that.
Yeah, it's good for chopping. If I did an end grain.
We have a thick one at home, and it's actually the one we use the most, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured I'd make a couple of this style and a couple of another style. I'll probably do.
We finish ours with olive oil. Just
Yeah,
to keep them upright. Just to,
yeah, you probably use them often though.
We do, yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys are gonna finish your cutting boards with olive oil, you have to make sure that you use them often because olive oil goes rancid. If you don't use them too often, you want to use this.
Yeah, we wash ours every day.
Yeah. So just to be clear, if not, you can use walnut oil or some other non-perishable oil. Although some people say that walnut oil also is perishable, but as far as I know, it's supposed to be the one food based oil that is non-rancidy or whatever you want to call it. But one oil you don't want to use though is boiled linseed oil. This is a great oil for woodworking, but it is not food safe. The regular linseed oil is good, but the boiled linseed oil has some synthetic stuff in there that's not food safe. Don't die for beauty. You can use Danish oil, I believe. You can use wax. You can use tongue oil. I just don't like the way you apply it.
Walnut oil is a good food safe oil too for butcher blocks.
Yeah.
And beeswax and carnauba wax also work well for butcher blocks.
Yeah. And I bet mineral oil, that's more mineral oil would also work, but I don't have any of that. Okay. What are you doing?
I am making panel molding trim
Okay.
for a job I'm on.
Okay. Cool. Well, while you're doing that, I was thinking about pulling apart this headboard and making a few more headboards. I'm thinking these bigger pieces here should work. Maybe the whole thing. Oh, yuck! What? Plywood? No, it's full. It's a full piece.
Oh, what's wrong with it?
Oh! It's a real piece though. You can have it if you want. Super dusty in here, cutting all these lengths of oak for trim. We opened the door. We decided to set up a fan so it could blow all the dust out. I wish I got that on camera because it was like a big, like it looked like a sandstorm just whipping out of there.
You want to use the saw for a minute? Because I got 3 more to cut yet.
Yeah, sure. I should wear a dust mask.
That's kickback. Normally you don't want to cut so that happens, but in this case, kind of had no choice because of the weird shape.
Bam. There we go. We got it all glued up. It should be ready to sand, I think. cutting boards look really cool, but damn, do they ever take a long time to freaking make, because there is a lot of steps to it and a lot of gluing up. And in my case, I had to re-glue up. You can see here I got a awkward bit there because I needed it to be a little bit bigger, because I had to keep planing these down because I kept accidentally breaking my lamination. So my laminations were only about this big because I was just using the scrap that I had. And since they were only this big, it was too short for that planer there. That needs to take longer pieces for whatever reason. It could just be my inexperience. I ended up fixing the problem by hot gluing on longer pieces on the sides, and then it would plane those longer pieces with the shorter pieces. But basically what was happening, like so for example, this piece, and this piece here, and this piece, I believe, if I'm correct here, all used to be one connected piece, right, before I cut it into these smaller pieces here. But they just weren't long enough. So as I put them through the planer, it shook as it meets the knives, and it broke the wood. It didn't break at the glue joint because the glue joint is actually stronger than the wood, but it doesn't matter, it broke. So I had to reprocess it, re-glue it back together, put it through the planer again, which made each piece thinner, which unfortunately for me made the whole board thinner. That happened a couple times before I figured out that I should glue longer, same thickness pieces to the sides of it and then feed it through. But I eventually figured it out, and we have this. And now that I'm here at this point, I am not going to be sticking this back in the planer. I'm going to have major chip out, if nothing else, with this end grain. And I've already had enough downtime with this particular piece. I am not going to want to fix it again. But I did take advantage of my downtime. I decided while I was gluing it back up that I should make a bunch more cutting boards. So I used up a lot more scrap, including that raw piece of maple. I spent some time sanding and shaping it, and ended up making this charcuterie board, which I think turned out really cool. I even used some of the new sandpaper I got, which by the way was gifted by my father-in-law. He dropped it off the other night when he was picking up Duke. Speaking of sanding, this thing took forever, but you might notice that it's a little bit smaller on the edges. I'm an idiot. Sanding was taking forever. Remember when I said that I was going to have major chip out? How I knew that is because end grain always chips out, including on this board. I had major chip out on the edges. This one's a lot thinner, so I thought it would be even worse. So I started off with sanding, which was taking way too long. I got a little impatient, so I decided why not risk it? I put it into the planer, went through one pass, and it was fine. Then I decided, you know what? Let's do one more pass. So I crank her down a little bit, go through again, bam. Instant regret.
But I guess it's still not bad. It's similar to these other ones.
Size-wise anyways, you can see that it's very similar in size. It is a little bit smaller, but it'll still be functional. Now the only thing left to do on it, after all that disappointment, is oil it. And it's going to bring out its richness. These colors really work great together. And I've used some species that I've never even heard of before on this cutting board. It's a bummer that it had to get so small. I have to remember that in the future, if I want to do this type of cutting board, I have to leave enough to sacrifice on the edges. Oh yeah, look at that. Dang, that looks so good. Purple heart, walnut, maple. I have some oak in here as well. Some redwood. I forget what this species is, but I also have some teak in here This looks fantastic. The walnut oil really brings all the richness out. It looks amazing. The advantage of a end grain cutting board over a long grain cutting board is that it's a lot more durable. So you can chop on these a lot more and they last longer and they soak up the oil really good. You know, because it's the end grain, it's more open. I don't really know the terminology, but I just know that. There we go. There's a hair. Get out of there, hair. It's gonna need several more coats of oil, but look at the difference between the oiled and then unoiled. Oh yeah, you can see I also used some Paduke in there. And then there's also this wood here, which I can't remember what it was. It's like Cocobolo or something like that. Can't remember. Something that Clint gave me. But isn't that awesome? And this table that Clint and I made, which was Clint's idea, is a great addition to the shop because it's helped with the glue ups. So while I was gluing up the boards I intended to make, I was able to glue up more because I had lots of room to work in separate little areas. Didn't have to worry about the glue sticking to everything and then becoming a problem. And it's all around a great addition to the shop. Now with these boards here, I could have made way more because I still have way more scrap, but I was like, you know what? This is good enough. We got some chopping style boards, we got some charcuterie style boards, and we got some regular cutting style boards, although you can use them interchangeably. And why don't we quickly go over each one sort of individually, starting with this piece of maple here. This actually is the only piece of wood out of all that I used here that I actually ended up purchasing. And the reason why I bought it is because it's kind of funny. So when you buy wood like this, you buy it by the board foot, and stuff like this is considered waste, so they don't charge you for it. So I only ended up buying from about here to the end of the board, and the only reason why I wanted it is because of this like live edge detail here. All in all, a great purchase because that worked perfect in the handle of this charcuterie board. I'm normally not a huge fan of maple, but I just really like the look, that organic look. And speaking of organic and maple, this one is super organic. This one is diseased. This is a piece of bird's eye maple. I reclaimed this from a tabletop. I didn't really like it as a tabletop. It's more of a feature wood, I would say. And since charcuterie boards are kind of a feature piece of appliance, I don't know what the heck you would call it, a dish, it works. This was a lamination in the table. I basically cut it out and then gave it an organic sort of look. And I think it turned out great. And furthering on with the organic look, this one has a great grain pattern. Look at those knots and the way the grain swirls around them. I love this. This is a piece of teak that I had on the shelf there. I didn't even remember that I had it, but it worked perfect as a charcuterie board. I love this one. Since it has these knots, you wouldn't necessarily interchangeably use this as a cutting board. This is more of a cheese board, something that you would put your cheese and crackers and meats on. Nothing that's got a lot of juiciness that can get in there. Although I could fill that with epoxy, or I could even use some of that tung oil, which has a hardening factor to it that could seal that up. But I don't know. I just used the walnut oil like I used it on everything else, including this end grain cutting board, except for the bottom still. This one just has some splotchiness from touching it with oily fingers, but soon I will get to that. I love this one. This one is my favorite. All the species of wood work together. Oh, I should say actually the purple heart I also had bought. So anything that you see in here that's purple, that was purchased. So that was not the only one that I purchased. But yeah, turned out really good, even though it's a little smaller than I was hoping for. The other end grain cutting board I made here is made out of maple and black walnut. This is kind of the leftovers from making these ones, plus, because I had to make it a decent size, but these here are all cousins of each other, I would say. This one is end grain, and it's the thickest one that I made. So it's good for chopping, good for everything really. These ones are as well, and they're all sourced from the same place. So this is maple and walnut. Made slight variations to them all, and I think they turned out great. And now remember that headboard that I cut apart? That's what I made these ones out of. So as I was gluing up some, I just kept making more because it kind of worked out. So this is headboard right here. I love the way this is figured here. This here is a piece of blackwood, which I also used in there, and I think that looks great. This is my favorite variation here. So this is more of that headboard, the black walnut, purple heart. This is maple, but it could have been any blonde wood, but I love the look of the dark brown, purple, and then a blonde wood. It looks awesome. And then over here, we have a mix of black walnut, maple, and some teak. So same wood as that, and I think it looks great. I actually made the grain go the same way on all of these. They all kind of poke up, if you can notice that. This one's harder to see because it has a different type of grain pattern, different tannins in it, but yeah, love it. Turned out great. So those are all of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cutting boards that I made. Now,
here's how to order.
But wait, there's more. I'll tell you what, you go right.
no, really, there is more. But last night, I had a mind-blowing epiphany while looking for a Billy Mays clip that I remember from the OxyClean commercials when I was a kid. Oh yeah, that's freaking perfect. I like that. So the reason why there's more is because I ordered this thing and I didn't know how long it would take for this to come in, so I decided to make a bunch more cutting boards here. And yesterday when I went to go pick it up, I was with Jakotas because we were running our errands, and I asked him, I was like, hey, do you think this is a fun transition if I skip the whole build process of all the new cutting boards and just go, but wait, there's more, with a Billy Mays clip? And he was like, oh yeah, that would be great. Billy Mays never said that in any of his own commercials, and that's why I used the clip that I used, because I definitely remember him saying it in those commercials, but it's a Mandela effect. What do you guys think? Do you remember him saying that in his own commercials? Because he never did, apparently. But anyway, I ordered this, took a while, so there's more. So on top of all of these ones here, I also have all of these ones here. So this is a sort of a medium version, if you will, of these chopping blocks here. So it's a maple and walnut. Really dug this one. A little bit smaller, but just as functional. Then I have this one here, which is all maple, and I actually quite like this one. Even though it doesn't have any contrasting wood in there. This one does have contrasting wood. This is just a piece of scrap that I actually liked with like sort of this breadboard end here. So all I did with this one is sand it down and oil it. So this one turned out pretty good. I really like this. This one here I especially like. So this is some more of that dark walnut that I got from the headboard here, but these laminations in between, this lighter stuff, is also walnut. I believe it's a blonde walnut, but it might just be the sapwood of dark walnut, because if you flip it over, you can see it's actually kind of dark on the bottom. You can't see all the laminations on the backside, but regardless, looks great. This one here is oak, so we'll just skip that one completely. And then we have this one here. This is some teak with an inlay of oak, and as a little, you know, a little feature type of wood, oak is actually not bad. So in here, I actually quite like the way this turned out. The two woods complement each other, and so therefore the oak is acceptable. And then here I did the same thing with some teak, but the middle, or the feature lamination there, is some white ash, which, if you remember earlier, Clints guitar is white ash. He's done a little bit more on there in the past week. Yeah, and that's, if you're wondering what this is, by the way, remember when I was having issues with this board here, putting it through the planer and it causing issues? Well, I figured since I had so much trouble with these because the laminations were so small and stuff, I decided to go bigger. But bigger board, bigger problems. So these are some of my extra laminations I didn't use. And then over here are some of the laminations I did use. You can tell that there was some catastrophic damage. And so if you guys don't like blood, the next 2.5 minutes is going to be talking about my hand injury. It's not bad, but there is blood. So watch or don't watch. Okay, so what happened, imagine this is my workpiece, right? This is my cutting board. As I'm pushing it through the planer, one of the laminations is a little bit too tall for what I have the planer set at, which I didn't realize. And as I'm guiding it in with both hands like this, it meets that lamination and then violently kicks back and into both of my hands. My left hand, there's no injuries. I do feel a little bit of probably bruising coming on in the middle of my hand here, but my right hand, it got cut a little bit, broke the skin, not exactly a cut, more of a, hey, move over skin, I need to get out of the planer. And so there's a little bit of a flappiness, there's some blood and some, like, I guess water, I don't know, clear stuff anyways. And I wasn't even forcing it through or anything, I was just kind of guiding it so that it wouldn't rotate like this. That's kind of the risk with doing end grain laminations through a planer. This time I did put in a sacrificial lamination right here, but it took off a little more than I wanted it to. And as it jostled around, look how much that caught. I was only taking off, you know, just the tiniest little bit, like a 16th at the very most. And it just decided to move and then buck and break apart. And you can see that it didn't break on the glue joint again because the glue is stronger than the actual wood. But then it, you know, it got violent in there and it destroyed it. There's some more down here as well. Oh, there's another piece. That's crazy. So, oh, there's a couple more pieces right here. Yeah. So, unfortunately, the drum sander isn't working. Otherwise, I would have put it through there. Got the wrong sandpaper for it, but not the worst that could have happened. But in the end, it turned out pretty good. So now this guy here has a big brother, and I think he turned out really, really nice. So even though a lot of it got damaged and I had to cut it off, I think it's still like a nice size. It's nice and thick. It looks cool. And it's a good use of stuff that I wouldn't necessarily be able to use for much else. Most of that is there because I don't want to throw it away. It's great for cutting boards. Now, some of it was longer, so it's good for a lot of things, but I figured since I was on the kick, why not just keep going? But this, even though I know this isn't everybody's aesthetic, some people may like a more uniform pattern or something that has a more intricate design, but I actually like the random look. I think it looks pretty cool, and it's a clever way to use up scraps. You can just try to guess all the different woods in there and stuff, and I don't know, I just kind of like that. So yeah, that's what's up with my hand. I heard it making this. Another question I'm going to get besides hey, what happened to your hand, I figured was, hey, what does the actual brand say? Well, it says the Unfinished Kitchen, which is a nod to my literal unfinished, literal or literally? My literal unfinished kitchen? My literally unfinished kitchen. My actual unfinished kitchen. And some of you who watch all my lives may even recall me saying, welcome to the Unfinished Kitchen, where today we're gonna make something to eat. So that's where I got that name. And speaking of names, I got some new names for the door. Thank you very much, everyone. That includes Paula. Paula, I got room for you right up here. Paula. And thank you, Prudencia. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name, but it doesn't matter. You're still going to go on the door here. If anyone else out there would like to join these names on this door, check out the link in the description to my Patreon and consider becoming an ass kicker. Bonnie Jean. We have quite a few names on here, but we have some room for some more. And I think after this door is filled, maybe I'll go to the other door on the other side. Julie, why don't I put you right here, Julie. And then we also have, well, that's a weird why, because I almost spelled your name wrong. And then the last name for this month is Donna. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate all you guys and your support. All right, now, as for these cutting boards, the only thing left really now is to let them dry and print out their care instructions. And then they can go out and find their new homes. Now, it started off with making 1, 2, 3, and quickly turned into making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 cutting boards. And who knows? I still have to clean this up, so maybe there's a cutting board or two hiding in here. But I don't have time to do that right now because I am going to go head out and meet someone to pick up some straw bales, which will make sense in the next vlog. Although I've already finished that vlog while I was waiting for the branding iron thing, so I may have to re-edit. You'll see.
Did he save it?
So his whole hand is cut off and it's a nub, and he bought the stand for a new table saw. His whole hand is gone. And how I noticed is he's like, oh, that one's good, and it was just nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck happened to your hand? And he's like, oh, I cut it off with a table saw.
That's freaking scary. How?
A blind saw. So there's a
Was it one of those ones where the blade comes up? Like
Yeah.
in a mill?
Yeah, something like that. For cutting huge trusses.
Yeah.
And so he just cut it off. And he said that he cut it off at a time where they didn't even try to sew it back on. So he's an old man.
Yeah.
So he's got, I was like, oh, well, at least you can use it as a push stick now.
They probably could have saved it. That's too bad, man. That just horrifies me, that kind of stuff.
Through his whole hand, not just his fingers. Just like right at the wrist. But I wonder if he cut like half his hand off and they're like, well, let's just cut it off at the
I had a
wrist.
friend from church, same thing in a mill. And brought his across these somehow. I don't know how he was holding it, maybe like that. I don't know, but it cut off these 3 fingers. My brother actually picked the fingers up, put them in a bag of ice, and took them to the hospital.
Oh.
Working at a mill with them when it happened.
But now he can like hang loose.
Yeah, now you're always hanging loose on all this stuff.